Hi, this is Lisa Braithwaite, public speaking coach and trainer. I mentor entrepreneurs and professionals to help them build their skills and confidence in order to build their businesses through speaking. I just came from a meeting with a client and he expressed a fear to me that I think is a pretty common fear, and that is the fear of losing your place in the middle of your presentation and all of the embarrassment that that entails. And it reminded me of something that happened to me this past weekend. I was leaving the farmer's market and I was walking down the street, and I thought I was looking where I was going. I thought I was paying attention, but you know, there's a lot of stuff to look at, people and flowers and babies and all kinds of entertainment. And I tripped. Now, most of us trip from time to time, and I probably trip more than my share. But in this case, there was about a 2-inch piece of uneven pavement that I tripped over. And instead of catching myself, I went down. I went all the way to the ground. I bashed my knee, and it hurt a lot, and it looked pretty gory. And when I stood up, I was a little bit embarrassed, although some of you know that it takes a lot to embarrass me. But in this situation, there were 25 or 30 people walking down the street who all saw it happen. So I couldn't help but feeling a little bit embarrassed. But what did I do? I got up and I laughed it off. I joked about my klutziness, and then I went upon my business. And my husband and I went to breakfast at our usual restaurant, and our friend who owns the restaurant gave me some lovely first aid supplies, and I took care of my knee. Now, what does this have to do with public speaking? Well, my client, who was expressing his fear of embarrassment, he expressed a very common fear. And this is something that a lot of people are afraid of, that they're going to do something embarrassing, that they're going to somehow show the audience that they're flawed and that they're human and that they make mistakes. Horrors! Well, I'm here to tell you that that is going to happen. You're going to make a mistake because you're human. And this is just the way things are. If you can look at making mistakes as just part of the learning experience of public speaking, and just look at it as something that shows that you're a human being and that you're not afraid to put yourself out there in front of an audience, you're going to have a much better time when you're standing up in front of that audience. Keep in mind that your audiences don't expect perfection from you. They just expect you to connect with them. They expect you to give them valuable content and material that they can go and they can use to make their life or their work better. They're not looking for you to be perfect. They're not expecting you not to make mistakes. So keep this in mind the next time you're preparing a presentation. Yes, practice will help and preparation will help. But if you do make a mistake, think about it afterwards. Was it something that you could have prepared for differently, something that you could do differently next time so that you don't mess up? And if not, if it's just one of those crazy flukes, those things that happen in the world where we forget what we were going to say or we lose our place, just chalk it up to experience. And the more you let these kinds of things just roll off your back in a presentation, the more confident you will be over time. I will see you next time. And here's to making good mistakes that we all learn from.